Hey, what's up? It's your boy BobbySapphire here, hyperloops.com, coming at you with another Star Wars Legion video. What? This is my third in a series that I am calling That Thing's Operational, where I take a look at some Star Wars Legion games that I'm playing. Not only do I go over the setup and what my thought process is during the setup, but I'm showing you the actual round one, like what I actually do, where I end up after round one, because one of the things that I've found in consuming my Star Wars Legion content is that I don't know how to play, and it's not teaching me how to play. And I'm not necessarily saying that I'm teaching you how to play, but I'm through a process of self-discovery, learning, and hopefully you're learning along with me. So this was a ladder match that I played the other night, and I didn't host, so my autosaves weren't on, and thus I don't have the actual TTS thing for you, game save. So we're going to do in Paint one more time, but I do have a couple banked up where I saved the game states. So we're playing Recover the Supplies against an 11 activation Maul droid list that's all B1s, strike team, and then a full BX unit with vibro swords and the sniper. And so we're playing this on Major Offensive, and I kind of drew them out here. We're playing Fortified Positions. You could see all the, well, maybe you don't know the Hoth map. I don't have it saved, or else I would even have showed you that. But some barriers here. I think I put one here. I put one here, and I put two here, or maybe one here and one here, or some situation over there. One thing I do like playing against Maul is that he chose to infiltrate him early, right here, and then his probe droids back here. Let me get the deployments off the screen. So, well, I guess he's the blue player. And then he just started dropping B1s all along here. He scouted the BXs to be touching this box right here. Sorry, his second box is here. The middle box is obviously here. My first box is here. And my second one's here, obviously. Some pretty obvious situations here for me. So he scouted that BX team up because they have scale, and with Maul having jump, he's basically claiming the center box even before we play. The BX squad was actually the last thing he deployed, but he did leave that open column here, which he just dropped all the guys in and then scouted them up. So it was pretty obvious what he was going to do. The last thing I dropped was my Clan Wren, but we'll get to that. So, as I usually do, I like to drop my Rebel troops first because they're of little consequence in my list. Oh, I should show you the lists. The lists. There are the lists. This is, I'm pretty sure that's his whole list. 788, Tactical Series, Maul, a bunch of B1 battle droids, some BX teams, and the Sith probe droids. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm playing Jin, Rebel Officer Sabine, R2, Naked Troopers, a jacked up Clan Wren with jetpack rockets. We're going to see how those do in a second. And some Wookiees with O-Push. Thank you for reminding me, chat. Just kidding, there's no chat. So I started dropping my troopers. The green one is the easiest, right? Because obviously the green ones are just going to go get that and maybe move up, but pretty much protect that box. They could even go get the second box, but I did end up infiltrating Jin to be right on the box so she could claim and move. I also dropped, so Sabine's down here. I dropped some Wookiees here because they can climb over this. This is difficult terrain that they can climb over with, their ability. They're unhindered. And then this Rebel Trooper could pretty much do whatever I wanted him to do. It's just sort of chilling there. And then I had another contingent down here. Oh, I just realized that it's cut off by the cards. R2 is down here with my Rebel Officer, another unit of Wookiees, and another unit of Rebel Troopers. My thinking here is that these Wookiees can essentially sit behind here. And when Maul comes out or these BXs come out, they can go after him. The troopers come over here, and they cover the center box, maybe lay down some suppression, maybe get, some hits, while the rest of the team is pressuring this way. I can choose to do Jyn this way or have her go around the long way. I generally like to keep her safe. R2's here. I want him to go over here. Spoiler alert, I still suck with R2. Do not learn what to do with R2-D2 from me. You should learn what not to do with R2-D2 from me. So, turn 1 plays out pretty much how I planned. I did, if you watch my last video, I did the same play, only I didn't have a sniper attack, but I did do the trust goes both ways. And this one is, I'm starting to think that maybe this is overkill. I did not expect him to go with at last first. Like, I didn't think he would drop a 1 pip here. He must have known what I was doing, but I mean, there's nowhere for these guys to go to be safe. Like, I measured to make sure that, actually, I'll do purple. This line to where they would be after a range 2 move would still be within range 4. Also, even if he did somehow get out, with trust goes both ways, I can actually move up and shoot with an aim. Now, the one thing that I think that I'm overdoing with my list is using that aim token on trust goes both ways because I'm rolling 3 red dice. And if I'm doing a game where I can move into range 3 and roll Tristan's 2 black and 2 red dice, then I think I want that aim. But in this situation where I know I'm just going to blast that arc unit, that I should just not take the aim and save trust goes both ways and maybe honestly just standing orders, that same play. So because then the token becomes, you know, wasted on... Sorry, but I'm retinuing the aim, and then Jyn gets an aim, when in actuality what I should have done is retinue a dodge, which would keep, you know, one of these having a dodge all game because of vigilance. Anyway, he claims and moves, and then the blast from the jetpack rockets just completely wiped that unit off the board round 1. Everything I said kind of goes. Here's the one thing I didn't see. I moved the Wookiees up here to standby, protecting R2, who moved this way. I was expecting my standby to push Maul sort of away and allow the Wookiees to move up here. But he actually dove right in. He allowed me to charge, and it was a really good play by him because that, you know, I essentially had to attack, and that allowed him to get his wound on Maul. So he jumped, he swung back, he choked, and I think he might have aim swung, but I essentially gave him the extra action for free. Then he kept them in engagement, so when this BX unit scaled up here and took a shot on R2, dealing 3 damage, the Wookiees weren't there to punish them, which is really what I needed to do. So I made that mistake. Maul kills 2 Wookiees and chokes 1. And now, even though I moved these guys up, he's not getting shot. With this contingent over here, let me get all these lines off the screen. With this contingent over here, I'm going to make these lines a little bit thicker. So I take that shot with Clan Wren, and then I move them here. And I was a little too baity. Like, I left the random non-unique model hanging out, hoping that this would push his guys this way, because I wanted to come in with the Wookiees, double move here, and then double move here into engagement. And they did do that, but I took 3 wounds because Tristan was hanging out a little bit too far too, and that was bad. I had every opportunity to hide them better, but I was trying to be a little coy and ended up punishing myself and losing one of my models. And everything else just kind of moved here. But Sabine, she double jumped up here. And I swung Jyn around this way. And all he really did was, his tactical series grabbed the box and ran. These guys passed the box off and a unit ran. And I'm going to show you where we ended up after round 2. Or after round 1, rather. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Why did that? It reset the, okay. There we go. That's a little bit better of a view. So this is post round 1. You can see that my... is this showing you what I wanted to show you? Nope. Oh, it is. Okay. Just not seeing my cursor for some reason. There it is. Okay. Sorry about that. Maul is engaged with these Wookiees here. Just like I said, R2 has observation tokens, and he's getting sniped. He's going to die this round. I've got the box. These green guys are going to grab the box. Jin is right here. Sabine's on top of here. And really, he's just in a really good space. He's claimed this box. He's claimed the top box. And he's just going to... his plan is to retreat. Maul is in great position. He ends up force pushing. And he actually leaves one Wookiee alive. He's only able to get it down to 1 wound left. And that Wookiee stays alive the rest of the game, which ends up being kind of problematic for him. Sabine jumps down, gunslingers, and then the following round when all these guys... not only that, but actually I kind of bait 2 rounds. His Maul grabs the box, jumps back, and I just leave Sabine here in the Wookiees, this brown Wookiee unit, like clearing out everything in this place and moving everything up. And Maul comes in to try and kill Sabine, but she's able to Darksaber him and then drop explosions. She decimates the entire middle of the board, which has come up to challenge Clan Wren, the Wookiees, the leftover Wookiee here, these units who I basically just give dodges to and waltz them out. So they're all in, because if he's running, I'm pushing, right? I have to. There's no other way. He's got 3 boxes and pushing. I have to get everyone up. The only one that's really out of the fight is these green guys, because Jin even moves up and just starts picking guys out. And Jin ends up being really the MVP in a lot of ways at the end here, because so I kill Maul, and the only thing he has left to grab the box, the middle box that Maul dropped, is this thing, the probe droid. And Jin is able to move up, take the sharpshooter 1 pierce shot, and just make sure that it dies. And then I've got everything, like I lose my Sabine, but everything else is alive, and I've closed the middle box. If he just ran with Maul, I'm not sure that I could have caught him, because he nuked my R2, which was a huge problem. And, you know, I threatened just enough with everything that if I was able to come in and make him drop a second box, then I would have won like handily on points, especially since he never got rid of that Wookiee unit. This Wookiee unit was full health. And the other big mistake I made was we got into a bunch of, like, when I moved Sabine up, he kept moving droids into melee with her to tie her up so she couldn't come and Darksaber people and explosions people. And we had so many units in and out of like the same melee area, but with different units, that I thought Ursa Wren was engaged, and she wasn't. And she got nuked off the board when she was the only unit left, when I probably could have done something better with her. So definitely made a few mistakes, but his bringing Maul in and me being able to, you know, utilize Darksaber and explosions to kill Maul really swung the game. And then Jin on the flank just repeatedly picking off, you know, a droid or 2 before finally eliminating that last Sith probe droid, you know, allowed me to win the game 3-2 in the final round. He had his TAC series droid and his, I think it's his dark blue unit, were hiding over here. And literally everything else for him was dead. And all I lost was Clan Wren and R2. And I think, now I'm thinking about it, I'm not even sure he got Sabine in the end, because I did that explosions on Maul. So we were just way, way up on points. Even playing essentially 2 activations down with really, well, I guess I killed his BX at the very, very beginning. But these guys really never got involved. And R2 died, you know, super, super early. It just took a little bit of tying up these guys to get them. And so, you know, that was my thought process, and that's how I decided to play this recover game. He banned sabotage the evaporators, and I banned payload to get to recover because he had the bid. And yeah, when he runs, I was trying to be ready for that by pushing all my guys up, trying to be pretty aggressive, knowing that if I can get Sabine involved, I can get a really good explosions versus, essentially an entire army of B1s. The fact that he was able to bring Maul back into, or he decided to bring Maul back into the fight, ended up being to his detriment. I really don't know if I could have won, if I would have had enough time, if I just brought everyone in and just started laying waste to everybody. I think possibly, but it wouldn't be a clear win. So I hope we all learned something about not trying to hide R2-D2 behind a stump. I knew he was visible, but I didn't think it was going to go this badly. I kind of just underestimated how good this Maul jump to tie up my Wookiees, to blow their standby, and really just bait me into giving him a free kill. So I'm going to stop there, but thanks so much for watching. As always, please feel free to give me some feedback on not only my gameplay, but if you have any better ideas for the video. The next video, which I'm recording tomorrow, will have game state saves on TTS. I've already done it. I've done all the prep. And I'll have a special guest, which is pretty awesome, from Turn 0. Keegan, he just did an episode today about Codex Operative Luke list, and my game is against Codex Lando Operative Luke list. So it's a big market tease for y'all. All right. Have a good night. Hope you get to play some Legion today.